So my name is Ferdy Adimefe, and I'm the team lead here at Nigerian. I'm also the founder. So we have we have four companies in one, or four subsidiaries. So we run an animation studio called Magic Carpet, and what we're doing in that space is art and technology. So we're basically creating, in a sense, the Disney of Africa. We want to tell stories and we want to do them so well. So there is also Zamari, where we basically try to experiment with documentaries and all that. It's still something that I'm passionate about, and we're trying to also see what we can do in that space. There's a tech side of our business, so we build platforms and mobile apps, and then there is the agency side, IDA. So essentially, what I see in all of this is we tell stories, whether it's through animation or it's through production side, or we tell stories for brands. But at first and at the core of who we are, we want to tell authentic African stories using all the tools and creativity available to us to do that. Tech has grown significantly in Nigeria. I would say in a lot of ways we've leapfrogged with technology. That's the word we use in describing it. But I think in terms of the usage, we leapfrog more in consumption. In terms of our capacity to produce competitive apps that can be used anywhere in the world, we're still learning to do that here in Nigeria. But I think the future is really tech. And every businessman at some point gets to connect with technology or leverage on it or use it, adapt and adopt in the use of technology. It's in a lot of ways you can use technology to find, mine data, stay connected with your audience and your businesses, and as much as possible understand where the world is going. So every business, my recommendation has always been, if you're a businessman and you're not in tech, you better get in, and the sooner you do, the better. If not, someone else will be eating your lunch. I think for me, one thing that everyone must keep in mind is be very hungry and thirsty about what's new or what's next. So I always just follow what's new and what's next. There are basic magazines that I subscribe to, like Fast Company, to keep me updated. I have some YouTube channels that I like to visit from time to time to also give me an idea of where technology is taking the world to, or where we're going with technology. I think for me, you must have a huge appetite for knowledge. So being a chief innovation officer or a chief technology officer or a chief executive officer of a 21st century modern company, knowledge has to be at your forefront. You must be innovative. And to feed that innovation, you must have a sense of curiosity, adventure, and take as much risk as possible. So really, it's about your ability to empathize, sustain a team, identify ideas before they become more, and amplify those ideas and shape those ideas to become viable for the market, both for your company and both for the clients we work for. So that for me is what I think of when I think of a 21st century CEO of a modern company. I think first of all, it will lie on the table of our government. For us to be able to do massive impact with technology, we need to have an innovation agenda as a country. And that innovation agenda has to not just only be in the industry or in the economy, it has to trickle down into education. So we have to look at education and be sure that we're creating people who can think and who can create. And even our industry should also be able to absorb and expand with every new innovation. And the economy as well has to leverage new innovation to be able to scale. So I really do think that is an agenda that the government has to set and everybody else will follow. I think for our government to take advantage of this, we must have an innovation agenda. First of all, our innovation agenda is not something that is just rooted in the economy. It has to also be in our industries and particularly in our educational system. Because what you're doing is you're generating the next wave through the students. They are meant to be thinking innovatively, and when they come into the economy, they carry that thinking into the economy and into the industries. So we need an innovation agenda, and I do think we need it very, very urgently. I've been very particularly interested in Paystack, and I admire what Shola they've been able to build, and I think they were able to move into a space very quickly and scale. And they had shown proof of concept before the investors came. So right now, they are doing something novel. I do hope that they are thinking far and wide, because you should never settle. There is still a lot more ahead that one can sort of go ahead with. For us to be able to cover grounds in health, education, and in most significant parts of our economy, whether it's agriculture, we will definitely have to look at technology. For instance, 70% of all we produce in agriculture will lose because there are not enough roads to carry them through. But with technology, we could realize that a local market, you can pair demand and supply and reduce wastage. So technology will really come in handy to help us in terms of even tracking maternal mortality, in terms of the children, quality of the health of our children and education. Tech will be a very big part of changing that narrative. Hello, my name is Ferdy Ladi Adimefe, and you've just listened to What Makes Me Tech. You can follow and follow Nigeria to watch more of these exciting ones from other tech enthusiasts. Thank you.